Bayou State Trail runs basically from North Louisiana, the northern terminus here at Ivan Lake, and goes all the way to the southern terminus in Morgan City, Louisiana. And there is a slight detour further down south that allows you to go to Burns Point and see the Gulf of Mexico. It is a great way for out-of-state hikers to come in and experience a lot of what Louisiana has to offer as far as its topography. As far as it starts off, there's slow rolling hills here up north, and it gets flatter and more swampy further down south. You get the experience of a lot of Louisiana's nature as well as the people, because there is some road walking involved, and the people are great here, and they change cultures the further south you go from here in Ivan Lake. And each one is unique in its own way, and it's a great way to experience a little bit of everything Louisiana has to offer. You know, some of the bigger cities get all the recognition here, but the rural areas has a lot to offer as well. So I'm going to take you along, and we're going to experience this together. So stick with me, because we're going on another adventure. So as the sun sets here, we've got our camp set up right over there. Got a friend of mine that I met on the Appalachian Trail. He goes by Glitch. He drove down from Kentucky to meet me and do some hiking with me and get to see a lot of Louisiana. Good morning. Here on the Bayou State Trail, we're just getting started this morning after our first night camping, and we're ready to start putting some miles down. Leaving Ivan Lake Recreation Area. Got a short road walk before we enter the wooded area in Vodcow. So yep, that's where we're at, and we're up and moving. So I spoke erroneously earlier when I said we'd be back in the woods. We're still on some country back roads, but it's okay. Scenery is still nice. The weather is perfect. Temperature is great, and it's smooth walking, so it's not bad at all. I got Glitch pulling up the rear. In case I didn't say it earlier, Glitch and I met on the Appalachian Trail, and he wanted to come down and hike in Louisiana, so that's what we're doing. So there you go. That's where we're at, what we're doing, and we're pushing on. We're going to try to make it to Vodcow campgrounds this evening. So we'll check in a little later. And after a slight detour, due to poor cell phone signal, we are in Vodcow officially. Mixed hardwood and pines, mostly pines, but pretty place. So we're about halfway through the day. We hadn't even stopped for lunch. We've been bushwhacking a little bit to get back to where we needed to be. That was an adventure within an adventure. So, yep, we're pushing on, and we should be at the Vodcow campground before too much longer. Anyway, we'll check in a bit. Hikers doing hiker things. It's lunchtime. Side of the road. Make it happen. Well, about 16 miles later, here we are. Bayou Campgrounds. Just filled our little bellies full of tonight's supper, and we'll be headed towards Cotton Valley tomorrow. So we had 0 water sources between Ivan Lake and here. Thankfully, I had secured some camping. We got actually electricity and a water source. So yeah, weather was nice. Got a little warm today. Did a little sweating. Temperatures at night hovering around 47 last night and again tonight. So it's been comfortable. Anyway, we're gonna chill for a little bit and climb in the tent and take a good little snooze, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Take two of those. So it's a great little campground, Tom Merrill, Bayou Campgrounds. Got water, electricity, and concrete pads, and around the concrete pads you got places to set up tents. So it's a good little campground for the end of day 1, and we're just breaking camp. We're about to head out and make our way towards Cotton Valley. So yep, Bayou State Trail, we're on it. We'll see you in a bit. Making our way into Cotton Valley today. I may have said that sooner, but yeah, we got some nice country back roads going through the wooded areas. It's quite nice, very peaceful, very few vehicles, so pretty good. We'll check in later. So far, a fair amount of road walking, but you know what? The scenery is, it's great. So we just basically have a blacktop trail. Crossed quite a few bikers, and not motorcyclists, I'm talking about bicycles. They were out enjoying the back roads today too. So, been an interesting day. And we should be getting into Cotton Valley here in the next hour or so. And yes, there is town food. So I'm not even sure what the name of it is. It's a little gas station's restaurant slash deli, corner of Highway 160 here in Cotton Valley. Burgers are pretty doggone good, made to order. So just keep that in mind when you're passing through. All right, sun's up this morning. Nice and cool again. We're headed out of Cotton Valley. Quiet little town. We were lucky enough to meet a very nice person who had a contact, got a hold of, and gave us a place to camp last night in town, in the middle of town. So they always say the trail provides, and that was the case yesterday. So decent night's sleep, and we're off and moving this morning. As always, doing what hikers do. Hitching rides, baby. Hey there, everyone. All right, we're back on trail after having to take a couple of days, a few days, to deal with some family issues off trail. But we are back, and we are just starting to enter Kisatchie National Forest. We should be getting to Caney Lake today, so that's pretty exciting. Heard good things about it, so we're gonna find out pretty soon. anyway, we'll keep you updated and stay with us. All right, so we made it to our campsite for the night. It's within 4 days of arriving, it's first come, first serve. You can reserve spots on recreation.gov any time. Further than that, I think it's $25 a night. It is improved camping, as they do have electrical boxes and running water somewhere. But yeah, no, nice spot, right lakeside. Well, we specifically got spot campsite number 17. There are trash receptacles and all the goodies, and there are showers somewhere on site. I did not see them, but they are listed on the area map. So yeah, there we go. This is where we're going to camp for tonight. They're giving rain tonight and tomorrow, so what we're going to do tomorrow is to be determined, depending on how much rain they're giving and if we can catch a break in the rain. But hopefully, if we can get back on trail, we'll be in Minden tomorrow. So I'm gonna walk down here and give you a couple shots of the lake. See you later. All right, good morning. So we say goodbye to Beaver Dam Campgrounds on the shores of Lake Caney, or Caney Lake, I'm sorry. And we've actually ducked off into the woods onto one of the trails here in Natchitoches National Forest. And this trail, according to the map that I have, is basically going to take us around a big portion of the lake. And hopefully, with any luck, we'll be in Minden today, and hopefully the radar and the weather people are wrong, because they're giving quite a bit of rain. Hey there, good morning. So we grabbed a room at the Best Western here in Minden. For those of you who want a spot to rest if you're hiking this trail, they do have coin-op laundry, pretty clean hotel, breakfast in the morning. The only problem is the trail is on the opposite end of town. So now we got to walk to the other end of town before heading south into Sibley. So hopefully we'll make it to Sibley by noon. We'll check in a bit. Well, making pretty good time this morning. Made it to Sibley before lunch, and we popped into the Dollar General, grab a quick snack, and now we're gonna get back on trail and head towards the Louisiana Trail, which is part of this trail, the Bayou State Trail, just outside of the town of Sibley. And I do believe it's the part of the rails to trail system, which means it's an abandoned railroad that they've turned into trails. So we'll see what that's about here coming up shortly. We'll see you in a bit. So we made it to the rails to trail section out of Sibley, and so far so good. It looks pretty clean. There was a sign that prohibited motor vehicles, four-wheelers, ATVs, all that good stuff.
So hopefully it stays good walking through the through the entire portion of this trail. So far it's really clean, and there's not much to have marked because it's a straight shot. We'll see y'all later. All right, it's after 12. It's I don't know. I didn't look at the time. Regardless, we're still on the Louisiana Trail, which is part of the Bayou State Trail, which is what we are doing. And as you come into the community of Heflin, there is a couple roads that you cross, and then you get to the Baptist church, and I think the post office is up there as well. But there is a pavilion here that says Louisiana Trails, and that's going to be our lunch stop for the day. It's covered, and looks like there might be some concrete and some shade. I think it's just what the doctor ordered for this point in the day. So we're going to sit down and have some lunch, and we'll get back at it later after we do that. Good morning. We're up and moving, and still on this rails to trails section of the Bayou State Trail, and we shall be for quite some time because it's a very long stretch of trail. So it's pretty much long, straight, and very few detours other than around this water. So we made it to Jamestown. Across the street is the Jamestown grocery. They do have some hot food in there, smaller kind of gas station type stuff, which is pretty good, and you know, drinks and whatnot. So a small resupply or a snack stop. We also have another pavilion, trailside pavilion here, so good place to stop. It's still early in the morning. We haven't even made it to lunch yet, so we're gonna stop here, grab us a snack, and then hopefully hit Castor by you know, maybe a little after lunch. We'll see you later. It is pretty cool being on this trail. You get to see some of the remnants of the old railroad system that passed through here. Every once in a while you'll see a metal cross tie bracket that holds it onto the rails that the spikes are driven through, stuff like that. Pieces of rail, and then little trestles like that. Well, it's pretty interesting. Welcome to Castor. Good morning. We got sunlight peeking through the trees on this very cold, I say very cold, it's damp and cold. We did get a little rain shower last night after setting up camp. The low last night was around 34.
So it's quite a bit bone numbing this morning. Still on the rails to trails portion of the Bayou State Trail. As it passes along with the Louisiana Trail. I know I'm throwing a lot of names out there and it might not make sense, but the Louisiana Trail was established prior to the Bayou State Trail, and the Bayou State Trail basically joins up with the Louisiana Trail. I don't know if I had mentioned that before. This is pretty much going to be our view the entire day today and probably tomorrow, as it's a long, this is a long stretch with no intersecting towns. I think it's about 24 miles. That being said, we'll check in a bit later.
Hey there, we just made a stop in Ashland. I think it's called Sullivan's convenience store. It's a little old country store. They had some barbecue sandwiches and Hunt Brothers pizza. There is a side trail. Once you cross the highway, you go about another 100 yards, you'll see a sign, and there's a trail that goes through the backyard of the convenience store and gets you right to it. Very nice people. I doubt that they're open on the weekends. I'm not 100% sure. I should have checked on those hours, but regardless, great little stop. We had lunch and we're moving on.
Another morning on the Bayou State Trail. Very cold morning, I might add. I think it got down somewhere around 33 degrees last night. And it's a humid cold, so it's very bone-numbing cold when you touch anything wet. Anyhow, it's another day, and we're moving into Goldana today, and we're gonna get some more water and maybe a couple snacks and whatnot. We'll check in a little later today. Well, we made it to Goldana.
And now it's time for lunch. Well, sitting here on this bridge. Just had a burger at the store in Goldana. Very excellent burger. Limited resupply, but it was worth it. Worth the stop. We're pushing on, and we'll see how many miles we can make with our bellies full, and we'll tent up for the night. Good morning. We're on our last little stretch of the rails to trail section, and we'll be crossing over to hit the Gum Springs trailhead after camping last night. We should hit Gum Springs campground today, and further than that, hopefully. Tomorrow they're giving rain, so it looks like we'll have a wet hike tomorrow. Hopefully we can dodge the rain showers. But that is the situation of things this morning, and I will update y'all later today. So, small update. We're about a half a mile from the Gum Springs Road, still on the rails to trail section. And for those of you wondering if there are bears on this trail, the answer is yes. I just saw my first in the wild Louisiana black bear. Very brief. It didn't want no part of us. It was running full speed, but did see it. Small update, like I said, but pretty interesting. So after a night of stealth camping, or actually a couple nights of stealth camping and dodging rain showers and whatnot, winds picked up, but we've made it to the St. Maurice recreation area. You can see there's picnic areas here, and it's located here on the Red River, just a small jaunt off the main trail, which is actually road walking, but as you can see, it is a nice little spot to hang out. We're gonna get a very early lunch here and not play around, because I want to try to get to Natchitoches at some point today, which I don't think we have many miles left, but we're moving on. Well, we have to cross the Red River now, and this is going to be sketchy as hell. You can see through the trees, but it's a pretty long bridge, and there is about 1 foot of shoulder between the wall and the highway. Woo! Pucker factor's going up. Let's get it. Well, we made it across the Red River on that sketchy bridge, and to say the least, it was scary as hell. After a couple of miles, we have made it into Natchitoches, which is the oldest settlement in Louisiana. Started back when
Louisiana wasn't a state, it was just the Louisiana Purchase. So there's a lot of history here. It's very clean, very nice downtown area, good food. Nestled right here on the banks of the Red River. And it is the conclusion of the northern section of the Bayou State Trail. So until I see you for the central section, I'll leave you with a few parting shots of the city of Natchitoches.